Looky here, Puddin' Pop. I know how you get when you're surprised.
Okay, Dad. Who's this woman really?
Well, it's true, Ted. Barbara is your birth mother.
Ta-da! See, okay, there's a very simple explanation. Those many years ago, your father and I we wanted a baby. And we kept trying and trying and trying.
Mom, I'm sick enough as it is, thanks.
So, the old-fashioned way didn't work.
And Barbara's mother worked in my office at the time.
She was a good worker, right? That bitch did everything right. Pissed me off every single day of my life. Guess that's why I went out and got pregnant when I was 16. Oh man, you should have seen her. I mean, my mom went to church every single day. And when I came home and told her that Tommy Nugent got me PG, oh man, the names she called me, I never would have imagined coming out of that prissy, pretentious prima donna mouth. Incidentally, like one of the greatest days of my life, ever.
I'm so happy for you.
Oh, thanks.
Well, Mary was in a bind, and we really wanted to have a kid, and it just all kind of worked out for us.
Tommy Nugent?
Huh. That kind of makes you Ted Nugent.
That's hilarious.
Why didn't you tell Ted earlier?
I think that was kind of my fault. I mean, I just didn't want anybody coming after me. You know, I was so young. I just wanted to get into some guy's truck and drive anywhere and just do anything we wanted. And I just didn't want to be tied down to anything. A and B were good with that, so we just rolled with it.
So you've sort of parked the truck now.
Excuse me?
I mean, why now?
Oh! Oh, I moved back here about a year ago, and I bumped into Alice here.
At the market. Do you know how expensive pork chops are these days?
Alice.
And she told me that you were moving to New York, and that you were some big shot ad guy, and then she just asked me if I was ready to, you know, fess up. So I said, sure. I mean, why not? I mean, who wants to find out that I'm their mother? I work at a gas station. Chef Boyardee's gourmet to me. Do you have 6 cats?
I wanted to tell you when I visited, but it just didn't seem like the right time.
And this is the right time? We couldn't have done this alone? In front of everybody I know on one of the biggest nights of my life? What are you, smoking drugs?
I take a little Zyrtec.
Alice.
What? Those allergies are terrible for me.
So what's good here?
Ted? Ted? Oh, Ted, honey. You must be so shocked right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm shocked. I can't even believe they never, ever told me this. They didn't even allude to the fact that I'm not really theirs.
When people adopt, years go by. They probably didn't even think about it. You know, to them, you are theirs.
Like, I can't even believe that.
You know what? Just take a moment, okay? Try to calm down. Take a breath, okay? Here, why don't you have a mint?
Ow, Ted! That is just absolutely unacceptable.
Hey, I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have slapped your mint.
Violence is the one thing that I will not tolerate. That's why I didn't marry Malcolm.
Who's Malcolm? Henny, were you engaged before?
Babe, it's no big deal.
I wasn't? Were you engaged or not?
For a little while, yes.
When was this?
A few years ago. But it wasn't as long as the other guys.
Excuse me. How many times were you engaged, Henny?
Look, you are really upset right now about other things. So we should just focus.
I'm gonna need a bigger pail. How many times were you engaged?
About 5.
About 5. Like, approximately. So like 7 or 10 or a baker's dozen?
Okay, you know, it was just 5. It was just 5. And look, I just didn't want to tell you because I was afraid that you think I was a freak or something.
You're a freak. No. I'm the one that's a freak. I'm Ted Nugent with a used fiance.
I'm not used. Just unlucky.
I need to be alone.
Fine.
Fine.
Don't get engaged on your way out.
How is he? Did he get sick?
I'm not sure how he is. He said he wants to be alone. Val, can I see you privately?
Sure, honey.
I knew this wasn't a good idea, Alice. Telling him like that in front of everyone with Barbie.
I thought he took it okay. I mean, what's the big deal? Got good parents? I'm just like some funny aunt. Did you ever have one of those? You know, like somebody who's not really related, but they're good friends of your parents. They hang around all the time, so you call them uncle and aunt.
I mean, but you're not his funny aunt. You gave birth to him.
Technicality.
Ted wants me to meet him somewhere.
I'm coming.
I'm coming too. No. I'm sure he'll text you or email you or something. I gotta go.
I told him.
About your little engagement collection?
Yeah, and he freaked out. So now, on top of all of this, he feels like he can't trust me. What am I gonna do?
Oh, look, just give him a little bit of time. You know, he's been throwing a lot of stuff today, and men sometimes, they just...
Men just need some time, honey. That's all. Okay? And it doesn't mean we won't come around. It doesn't mean we won't forgive. It just means we need to process stuff and figure out where we're at. That's all.
Really?
Hey, how long have I been a man?
Right.
Now just go home and make yourself a nice, big, hot cup of tea and give it a little bit of time. Things will be fine.
Thanks, Eddie. You give really good advice.
Well, honey, call me if you need anything.
Well, it looks like someone has become quite the little self-help guru.
Note to Valerie, the male perspective can be helpful to see situations like this clearly. At times, women can be too emotional.
Oh, can we? Can we be emotional? I had no idea. Now, I feel absolutely fucking enlightened.
This was a big bust, Alice.
Well, no, he just needed some time to cool off, that's all. He'll be fine. I know my Theo. Is Henny all right?
She's fine. She's just a little emotional.
Women tend to process things differently than men.
You know, I've heard that.
Well, I hope everything will be okay. You know, you hear it all the time, but it's true. Ted is our son. I never think of him as adopted.
You really don't, do you?
Never have.
He's an Adams through and through.
What was that like for you, Barbie? Giving up a child?
No sweat. I mean, it was sweaty. You know, like giving birth is like, did you ever have to run the mile in gym class? Do you remember that? Ugh, I just hated that. I'd always use the excuse that I had my period so I could get out of it. Ugh, it was just so long and sweaty and tiring. That's what giving birth is like. Only I didn't have the period excuse. Oh, God, shoot me for trying to lighten things up around here.
Why did you wait to tell Ted for so long?
Well, I just think that so many years went by that we just forgot to tell him, and that's all really.
You know, you love them so much. You don't think about it, and you know, we loved him so much. It didn't matter, and so when I would think about it, I would hope it wouldn't matter for him.
Family is family, right?
Exactly. Even the ones you can't get rid of.
Yeah, like your brother.
Hey, listen, Ted's gonna be fine. In the meantime, he's got me and Henny and Martin, and, you know, he'll be all right. He'll come out the other end, okay?
Oh, like when he was born. Waiter, can I get a sangria?